So what's up, guys? So in this video we're going to talk about a new company that I was not really familiar with, but I saw a lot of buying activity on the Robinhood app via robintrack.net, and it's called Genius Brands International. So how did I find about this stock, guys? Well, I simply use robintrack.net. It is basically a tracking website that shows you what people are buying on the Robinhood app. And I noticed that this ticker symbol GNUS was the #1 most purchased stock over the past day. Started with 28,000 users, and at the end of the day, over 40,000 people own this. So I figured there was a reason they're owning this stock. And it turns out that this is a very, very interesting company that produces on-demand streaming content for kids, guys. So if you take a look at the stock chart, this is basically a former penny stock that trades on the NASDAQ, and the stock is up 588% over the last month. So this is absolutely outstanding gains, guys, and the market cap of this company is still well under $100 million, so don't think you missed the boat. I still think there's a lot of room to run if this company backs up some of their claims. So we're going to get right into it, guys. So first I want to show you guys kind of the longer term chart here. So this company has been public for a few years. The stock really hasn't done quite that well. It's actually down. If you take a look at the 5-year chart, it's actually down 71%, but they have a lot of good news. So let's just kind of get right into that right away. So what exactly is Genius Brands International? Well, I think the easiest way to explain this is just to go through their recent shareholder letter that was published on May 13, 2020. And it says, Genius Brands International, a global brand management company that creates and licenses multimedia entertainment for children, released a letter to shareholders from Chairman and CEO Andy Hayward. So as we take a look here, guys, they are launching a new channel called the Kartoon Channel, spelled with a K, on June 15th, and it's supposed to be a kids channel for children aged 2 to 11 to access over 4,000 on-demand streaming episodes of all different types of content. So I said they launched their channel. It will be available over 100 million U.S. households and over 200 million mobile devices. And they say this is basically a Netflix for kids, except it's free. There's no subscription, and they're going to show advertisements on this, guys. So we know that actually, if you guys are familiar, obviously you're pretty familiar with YouTube, but you might not be familiar with the highest earning YouTuber, and the highest earning YouTuber is like 9 years old, guys. So there is a lot of money to be made in kind of the kids space. A lot of these kids nowadays, when I was growing up, I didn't have access to things like YouTube and Netflix, but the kids nowadays, they're very comfortable with watching on-demand content as young as 3 years old. So I'm really not surprised why this company would kind of launch this channel. This seems like a good idea, seeing that a lot of kids are going to be at home for a while, and maybe schools might not be open, daycares, everything is basically closed off. So it just basically says that basically Kartoon Channel is just a big depository of content, and it's going to all be on demand. So they argue, though we can't compare ourselves to linear cable channels, it should be noted that when Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network all went on air, they started with 10 million order of magnitude subscribers. The Cartoon Channel is an on-demand channel, which means like Netflix, we offer a menu of offerings, and the viewer that determines which program he or she chooses to watch. And when it goes live on June 15th, it'll be available over 100 million households, guys. So this basically is on demand, so it'll be available on Amazon Prime, Amazon TV, Sling, Dish, Roku, whichever device you guys are using, and also available on your mobile phones as well. And they say parents are searching for new content, often looking for ways to enrich their kids from home with something fresh and original. So this is a really, really kind of interesting company here. And there's a lot of other kind of positive news as well. They don't just do digital content. They have lots of other things. So I kind of want to head over into that PDF file, the full presentation, because for me, guys, this is the first time learning about this company, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you is the same as well. So I'm going to kind of give you guys a little bit more in depth. But I want to say, lastly, from the letter is really interesting. He said, it is a huge opportunity on a rising sea. It's basically, most of these streaming companies. And as we witnessed from Netflix and Disney Plus recently, on-demand viewership is rising dramatically, and we look forward to filling this need with a powerful new driver, a Cartoon Channel. This is an extraordinary, exciting time for Genius Brands and its assets. More than ever, we are being thoughtful on how to harness the momentum of increased viewership and the accompanying advertiser revenue, along with the power of the brands we have and are bringing forth. So this is kind of timely news as well, because if you guys didn't know, Coco Melon, the most popular kids channel on YouTube, they just landed a Netflix deal. So, and like I said, the richest youth, the guy that makes the kid that makes the most money on YouTube is like 9 years old. His name is Ryan Kuya. You guys can check him out. He has a channel. He makes a lot of money, tens and tens of millions of dollars on YouTube. So streaming content to that 2 to 10 to 11-year-old age range is very, very profitable. So let's go into kind of this basically quick presentation, guys, to give you guys a quicker rundown of what this is. So obviously, this is a kids on-demand content channel. So most of the content here will be cartoons and things like stuff. And they actually have some partnerships with some pretty big celebrities like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Warren Buffett. So that kind of piqued my interest as well. This is the CEO, Andy Hayward. He's been in the children's industry for a long time. He's been created a lot of content as well. So very nice to see decent leadership as well. And they have a big portfolio of brands. Like I said, they were working with Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's Secret Millionaires Club, apparently, to teach kids about money. And they have other things as well. Thomas Edison's Secret Lab, Baby Genius. So this is one of their more popular shows called Llama Llama. You guys can check this out. I'm going to put a link to, you guys can just check out the Genius Brands IR to take a look at this presentation yourself. But I don't want to go too much into this content, because obviously we know that kids are going to enjoy this type of content, and that they have a vast distribution channel as well, which is very interesting, and this is more about the thing. But I want to kind of get down into some of those other things that have been going on. So not only is this a on-demand content channel, but they have products as well. So they launched lots of different consumer products that kids can purchase through stores, and they have a pretty big distribution channel as well. They have more products for their Rainbow Rangers. So this company is really trying to build like a global brand, and I think it's trying to, like it said in the shareholder letter, is trying to build basically build on the shift from cable to streaming. And it makes sense that kids are always going to like content and things like that, and their parents are always going to look for ways to entertain them. So it seems like a pretty high cash margin business. So as you can see here, some of the more things they've done to reduce exposure, and this is basically how they plan to create value over the long term. And then, like I said, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about some of those endorsements that I saw, which was really interesting, because what other people say about the company is often more powerful than what sometimes key management will say. So as you can see here, it says Arnold Schwarzenegger said, "It is an honor and privilege to work with Genius Brands and Power Entertainment on this new series and help carry the Stan's creative legacy, and by introducing this new group of superheroes to preschool children around the world." And even Warren Buffett, "I helped create the Secret Millionaires Club with Genius Brands because I think it is important for kids to have an understanding about how business works, guys." And also a quote from Jennifer Garner as well. So this company has a lot of heavy hitters involved with it. To have Warren Buffett help you make a cartoon is just phenomenal. And I think it speaks volumes of the quality of the content, because I'm pretty sure Warren Buffett would not waste his time with a crappy company. So to put it bluntly. So as you can see here, they have lots of kind of prestige and lots of experience. Their board of directors is loaded with experience from many different multi-billion-dollar corporations like ABC Entertainment, JP Morgan, Fox. The list goes on and on, guys. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about some of the kind of the not so great news. They did just dilute the shares a bit. So they did just do a capital raise at $1.20 per share. So that's going to dilute your stake a bit. So now I kind of just wanted to really run down on that, guys, because I really had not been familiar with this company at all, and I wanted to make sure that some of you, if you guys didn't know, I want to give you guys a general background before you just buy the stock without really understanding what's going on. So where is this stock going, guys? Well, honestly, I've never really heard of this company before, but I mean, endorsements from some pretty big celebrities, and it looks like they're going to be launching their content, a new channel that's going to be showing ads. We know they're going to be generating revenue from that, and 100 million households, that's a lot of people. So the fact that Warren Buffett and guys like that are involved with this, the fact that they've got a pretty big distribution channel, they're riding the on-demand wave, I'm interested in this stock. So, it would have been nice to get the stock down at around, 50 cents or something like that, but that press release was launched in May 13th. So, unless you knew about this company already, it would have been pretty hard to kind of anticipate. And the stock ran up a ton, so it ran all the way up to about $2.60, and then I'm pretty sure there was a bit of profit taking. So now we're back down under $2. So, I mean, there's a couple ways you can play this. I like stocks that are basically playing the on-demand shift from cable to streaming. So if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know how much I like Netflix, you know how much I like Roku, you know how much I like companies that are basically going to be making money from streaming, because we're just in the beginning of streaming, you guys. It's 2020, and a lot of people have not cut their cord yet. So I expect streaming, it just makes so much more sense, the old way of looking at TV and kind of waiting for a schedule and things like that. We live in basically a microwave generation where people want things on demand, and that's exactly what this channel can provide. So, I mean, it's the numbers. I've been looking to take a look at some of the financial numbers of this company, and of course, they're incurring losses and things like that. But I think that they're basically starting to make a dent in the children's on-demand industry. I think that it makes sense that a company like this would not be doing so well financially. So I wanted to show you guys those numbers really quickly. Okay, so here's a look at their latest 10Q form, basically reporting their earnings. You can take a look at a balance sheet for some of you guys out there that believe in good, solid, fundamental analysis. As we can see here, they're holding, a decent sum of cash. As you can see here, dealing with decent number of assets, and then as we can see here, they have a accumulated deficit of $71 million. So obviously, that's not really what we want to see, but with over 2.7 million in cash and not too much in long-term debt, I think that the company is definitely in a decent spot. So it's not like they're completely bleeding money, from the business. And we can see, we take a look here, we can see that this whole launch of the new channel, the Kartoon Channel, and all of these new basically revenue streams, this was an aggressive move to basically boost the revenue, because we can see here revenue had plummeted, and obviously management had to do something to turn this situation around, because the company basically lost over $5 million over the last quarter. So expect that number to increase quite a bit with the launch of this new channel and 100 million different households, and it's ad supported. They should be generating money from those advertisements. So I expect these numbers to turn around, but just remember that in terms of the financials, it doesn't look very good right now. This company is needs to generate more revenue, and that's exactly what I think the launch of their new channel will do. And the fact that Warren Buffett is working with them, I think even though the numbers don't look very good, I think that is kind of a vote of confidence. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't get involved with them if it was completely a junk company. As you can do, you can see, you can read a little bit more here about basically, some of the things that they've been involved with. And I think that one of the things that impressed me the most was their distribution network. They're going to be on Xfinity, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, YouTube, Amazon Prime. They're basically everywhere. So everywhere that you can stream content. So it's just important that kids enjoy this content and they want to watch it, guys. So, okay, numbers aren't great. We know that. So where can this stock go? Well, this video's been going on long. I pretty much want to just close it out with telling you exactly where I think the stock will be headed long term. So once again, I'm going to draw those trend lines, guys. Got to draw those trend lines so you can kind of visualize what's going on in terms of the buyers and the sellers of this stock. So even though we had a slight pullback, the buyers are still very well in control of this stock, and this stock is still trading under $100 million market cap. So it's going to be maybe a little bit difficult to see how this new channel will affect the revenue, but I expect it to be a positive effect. Roku definitely has been making money with ad-supported TV, and a lot of streaming companies are realizing that you don't have to use the Netflix model all the time. You can show free content and run ads and make money that way as well. And of course, these are kids, so they don't have obviously money to buy a Netflix subscription. So having it free with ads is probably the smartest way to monetize this. So where can you go with this stock? Well, for me, looking at it, If you're thinking super long term, and since the company has a lot of interesting plans, could be a good idea to buy this stock and hold on to it. If you're thinking for some short-term money and some short-term profits, you can take a look at options. But the fact that there's pretty strong support here at around I would say around $1.80 level, so I don't think this stock is going to collapse and fall off a cliff, especially when their revenue should substantially increase when that channel launches on June 15th, guys. So I'm really going to be taking a look at this stock. This is a very, very interesting company, and I want to read a lot more about it, but I wanted to introduce you guys to it if you haven't heard of it. The ticker symbol is GNUS, guys, Genius Brands International. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on the stock market. This video went on for a little longer, but I've never heard of this company before, and I wanted to do my best to give you guys a comprehensive review before you go out and potentially buy it or get some options or however you trade the markets. So that's it for until next time, guys. Hope you enjoy this video and take care.